All-out politics now escalating from Maharashtra over the arrest of sitting Maharashtra Minister Nawab Malik. Now, this NCP Mantri has in fact vowed publicly when he was coming out of the ED office saying, "Ladenge, jeetenge, expose karenge." Take a look at that fist waving by Nawab Malik at the ED office. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray is set to chair a meeting shortly. We'll be getting you live updates from there. But NCP Member of Parliament, Supriya Sule, the party from which Nawab Malik belongs, has accused the government at the centre of targeting Malik specifically and the party in general. The Shiv Sena has blamed the government at the centre for a deliberate attempt to disturb and destabilise the incumbent Maharashtra government. The Bharatiya Janata Party, meanwhile, is demanding immediate resignation from Nawab Malik, questioning Aghadi Sarkar for defending a minister like this who possibly allegedly has Dawood gang links.
My minister in Maharashtra government, Nawab Malik, has been arrested. Nawab Malik has said that he will fight and wait for 2024. What are your comments? Why you think that Enforcement Directorate has taken this action?
I have no idea, because I mean, it's just shocking and surprising that you call a person, barely ask him questions for 3-4 hours and arrest him immediately. And not only that, what is more interesting is that several BJP ministers and leaders, months and weeks ahead and days and hours ahead, tweet about what's going to happen next. So that makes it even more interesting that how much ED is unfortunately under the influence of this present dispensation. It's very unfortunate.
Ma'am, the way Nawab Malik started attacking the central agencies, specifically after he alleged NCB official Samir Wankhede, the case has been registered against Samir Wankhede. A lot of your leaders are saying that the action is basically kind of a repartee to what Nawab Malik has been alleging, and also the action by the state government. You think there is any substance in that?
I don't know. Samir Dawood Wankhade's case, I really don't know much about. I haven't followed it. But one thing I can tell you that I don't know if Samir Dawood Wankhade is connected to any of this. I really won't know that. But I can rest assured one thing to you, that if you see the chronology of what they have built against Nawab Bhai was talking about it, pan-India he has a fan following. People would ask me from the airport, whenever I traveled, on a railway station, friends across party lines, in parliament, asking me what's next. Because that Farjiwada, which was real injustice, he exposed a few people who were blackmailing families, which was very unfortunate. As a matter of fact, I wish that the central government complimented Nawab Bhai, because he was breaking into a system where a small, I'm not saying all officers there are not bad, there was a small section who was doing this bad activity, is what Nawab Bhai was trying to show the world and expose. So actually, central government and Maharashtra government should have worked closer together in exposing some of these bad apples in the system. But it's unfortunate that people took it so personally, and there were excessive comments passed that abhi unko arrest karenge, raid hogi, ye hogi, wo hogi. So obviously it exposes that, unfortunately, that either ED is bullied by some people in the central government who are tweeting constantly, or I really don't know what it is. I've never seen such a murky situation in an administration ever.
राजनीति इतने नीचे स्तर पर जा सकती है, ये बड़ी ही निराशाजनक और गलत बात है। मैं तो कहूँगा ये नगर पालिका, महानगर पालिका के स्तर पर जो होता है उससे भी बदतर होकर, उससे भी नीचे स्तर पर राजनीति का स्तर गिर गया है। पूरे देश में या महाराष्ट्र में जो भी आज चीजें दिखाई दे रही है वो उचित नहीं है। केंद्रीय एजेंसीज इसके द्वारा जो भी हो रहा है निश्चित तौर पर ठीक बात नहीं है।
आज महाराष्ट्र के कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर नवाब मलिक को फाइनली ईडी ने गिरफ्तार किया। अब इस गिरफ्तारी के बाद उन्होंने इस्तीफा देना चाहिए। यह महाराष्ट्र की परंपरा है। इस प्रकार का कानून भी है कि जब कोई मिनिस्टर पर आरोप लगते हैं और आरोप इतने हैं कि उसमें गिरफ्तारी होती है, अब ये विषय शुरू हो जाएगा कि नहीं, वो अभी तो गिरफ्तारी हुई है, अब और आगे चलना है वगैरह वगैरह। ये नैतिकता है और ये महाराष्ट्र की परंपरा है। 2 चीफ मिनिस्टर इस प्रकार से गए, तो नवाब मलिक के ईडी गिरफ्तारी के बाद उन्होंने इस्तीफा देना चाहिए।
Divyesh Singh now joins me from Mumbai. He's tracking all the latest on the agencies and the investigation that is on, also the court hearing. Divyesh, do take us through a quick timeline. What time was he called to the ED? What time did the arrest take place? And right now, what is the hearing that's on at the court in Mumbai?
Well, Pooja, around 5 a.m. ED officials reached Nawab Malik's residence. As per our sources, a search was conducted, following which at 7 a.m. a notice was served to Nawab Malik and he was told to accompany ED officers to record his statement at the ED office. By 7:45 a.m., Nawab Malik and ED officers reached the ED office, following which his statement was recorded. Sources said that he was not cooperating with the questioning that ED was carrying out, that the ED officers were carrying out in the concerned case, in the case against Dawood Ibrahim and others, following which around 2:45 p.m. Arrest memo was served to Nawab Malik and 3 p.m. he was placed under arrest. At around 3:10 p.m. Nawab Malik was taken to the JJ hospital for medical checkup, and then 4 p.m. he was taken to the PMLA court where he was produced seeking remand, seeking custody of around 14 days by ED officers. ED officers claimed that Nawab Malik had been party to a deal between Hasina Parker and others and had purchased a property which directly was controlled by Dawood Ibrahim through his sister for just rupees 30 lakhs. 55 lakhs in cash were paid to Hasina Parker and 5 lakhs in check were paid. Nawab Malik dealt with Hasina Parker's close aide Salim Patel, and through Shah Wali Khan, agreement was made wherein the registration value of property was lowered, was shown at a lower amount than what actually existed. The ED officials also claimed that he had been in touch with tenants who were placed on this property to lower the registration value of this particular property. The defense representing Nawab Malik has stated the arrest unconstitutional and has clearly stated that the deal which happened in 1999 was just being probed by the agency now, and Nawab Malik had nothing to do with it. He was just a victim because he was sold the property by people who were now not the actual owners of this property as claimed by ED. They've also stated that terror funding allegations which are being made against Malik are fictional, they do not exist, and this seems like a film script. Amit Desai,
stay on with me, Divyesh. We have some big breaking news coming in. Remember, this has become a big political showdown while a hearing is underway at the court. Let's take a look at what is the big political breaking here on India Today at 7 p.m. All right, NCP has got political support. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has called NCP Supremo. She's called up NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar over the arrest of Nawab Malik. Mamata Banerjee has stated that there is a need to build a strong, united opposition against the way the Enforcement Directorate, the Central Bureau of Investigation are used against opposition netas specifically. Mamata Banerjee, the TMC Supremo, Bengal Chief Minister, has now maintained, remember, consistently for a while now, that she's claiming the Bharatiya Janata Party, the ruling party in the government of the centre, uses central agencies against opposition parties to counter them politically. So this is Mamata Banerjee, one of the first netas to jump in support of the Agadi Neta and specifically the NCP, the party to which Nawab Malik belongs, and has now been taken into arrest by the Enforcement Directorate and are seeking 14-day custody at least from the court in which the hearing is currently underway. The political fight has taken a communal spin. It's a religious fight erupting over the Enforcement Directorate questioning and interrogation of the arrest of Nawab Malik. What happened? NCP gave this communal color, claiming Nawab Malik is being persecuted specifically because he is a Muslim in India. After Sharad Pawar's party drops this big bomb, BJP has hit back immediately, saying no religion is above the law. So listen into what the NCP's communal barb came, and that's specifically on our 5 p.m. show today with Shiv Arur.
Without giving any notice, you have taken him to the custody, first to the office and then custody? And what act, under what act you have arrested him? Under Prevention of Money Laundering Act. What is Prevention of Money Laundering? This act of 2002. Prevention of money laundering comes when the transaction or allegation is above 100 crore. This charges, this transaction, this deal has been taken 15 to 17 years old case. And because he's a Muslim, that is why you're trying to link with Dawood Ibrahim.
Okay.
That is why, yes.
Not just political.
See,
okay, that's a very big allegation. That is a big allegation, especially.
But right now, systematically, they are trying to tarnish, malign the image of NCP.
So clearly this has come as a big jolt for Nawab Malik, with the Enforcement Directorate now seeking 14-day custody for the minister in the Ghari government. And India today has accessed some of those exclusive court hearing details. Now let me break it out for you. Now the Enforcement Directorate is claiming that Nawab Malik introduced tenants on the property to decrease the registration value. And it was allegedly Dawood Ibrahim's money that was being used to even acquire this property at not the price it was originally, but for a fairly small amount. Now, while Malik's lawyer is accusing the ED of complicating the matter, this comes after Nawab Malik arrest by the probe agency in a money laundering case. The ED is basically claiming that they have established a money trail linking Nawab Malik, the minister in the Maharashtra government, to the underworld famous fugitive gangster Don Dawood Ibrahim. The Enforcement Directorate is saying that there are details of Benami investment of Maharashtra minister in one real estate project. Nawab Malik purchased a property basically in Mumbai's Kurla area from one Sardar Khan. Who is this Sardar Khan? He is a close aide of Don Dawood Ibrahim and is also a 1993 serial blast case. This property that is being referred to was possibly worth of crores but was bought just for 30 lakh rupees by Nawab Malik. The aide of Dawood Sardar Khan is a convict, and that is why who's presently lodged in Aurangabad prison. All of this is now under the scanner of the investigative agencies and proven to be trouble for Nawab Malik. Remember this deal with the Sardar Khan and Salim Patel, who has been the bodyguard of Hasina Parker, the sister of Dawood Ibrahim. Let me now take you to central Uttar Pradesh that voted in phase 4 polling today. The polling has now concluded. The voter turnout only 57.45% till 5 p.m. that was recorded. 624 candidates in election fray. Central UP has 59 seats. The fate has now been sealed. But what about the highlights since morning of phase 4? Very crucial and a decisive phase for Uttar Pradesh elections. Take a look coming in from the ground.
हमने कहा भी देखो विकास भी कराएंगे, लेकिन बुलडोजर रुकेगा नहीं, माफिया के ऊपर बुलडोजर चलता रहेगा। ये वही चला सकता है जिसमें दम होगा। अभी तक तो हम बाबा मुख्यमंत्री बुला रहे थे, अब वो बाबा बुलडोजर वाले बाबा हो गए। आएंगे तो योगी ही, आएंगे तो
Most crucial phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh. 59 seats spread across 9 central UP and Bundelkhand districts. Bellwether seats Lucknow, Sitapur, Lakhimpur Kheri, Hardoi, Unnao, Banda, Fatehpur and Gandhi Bastion, Rai Bareli turning out to vote. Political heavyweights and who's who in Lucknow's power corridors trooped to the polling booth. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Deputy Chief Minister Dinesh Sharma, UP Ministers Ashutosh Tandon, Brajesh Pathak and former UP Chief Minister Mayawati voted in the state capital.
लोकतंत्र में सबसे बड़ा दान मतदान होता है, सभी लोग भारी संख्या में मतदान करें।
इस समय बीजेपी की आंधी पूरे प्रदेश में चल रही है और 7वां चरण के समाप्ति के बाद ये आंधी तूफान में बदल जाएगी।
तो बीएसपी को अकेले दलितों का ही नहीं, मुसलमानों का ही नहीं, बल्कि अति पिछड़े वर्गों का भी और अपर कास्ट समाज का भी, अर्थात सर्व समाज का वोट बहुजन समाज पार्टी को मिल रहा है।
BJP MP Preeta Bogona Joshi's son Mayank raised eyebrows before polling by meeting SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav in Lucknow. Mayank was denied ticket from Lucknow Cant seat by BJP.
आज लोकतंत्र का पर्व है, सब निकल करके वोट डालें। तो आज का दिन तो इसलिए है, आज के दिन में आप ना कुछ इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकते हैं और ना आप जाके कहीं कोई असर डाल सकते हैं। तो ये कहना गलत है। जैसा मैंने आपसे कहा, मैं उनसे मिला हूँ, जरूर मिला हूँ, मेरी अच्छी भेंट हुई, अच्छी मुलाकात हुई, मगर दैट इज इट। आज के दिन सिर्फ इतना ही है।
BJP candidate from Gandhi Bastion, Raebareli, Aditi Singh, who recently dumped Congress, voted in the region which has been a family fief for 3 decades.
चुनाव में मेरे लिए सबसे अहम मुद्दा है अपने शहर को, अपनी विधानसभा को सेफ रखना, प्रोटेक्ट करना। ऐसे लोग मैदान में हैं जो खुद ही अभी जेल से छूट के आए हैं, तो कैसे मैं अपना शहर ऐसे हाथों में दे दूं?
Amid the Festival of Democracy, Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi offered prayers at a temple in Amethi, a bastion her brother Rahul lost to BJP in 2019.
यहाँ की जो राजनीति चल रही है, चाहे भाजपा की हो, चाहे समाजवादी पार्टी की हो, चाहे बीएसपी की हो, वो सिर्फ जातिवाद और धर्म के आधार पर चल रही है, लेकिन जो समस्याएं हैं उनको हल करने की राजनीति नहीं हो रही है। इसलिए मेरा मानना है कि किसी न किसी को खड़े होकर ये कहना पड़ेगा कि देखिए, जनता को कहना पड़ेगा कि आप जागरूक बनिए, सतर्क रहिए, आपके साथ, आपके जज्बातों के साथ खिलवाड़ हो रहा है।
In Lakhimpur, MOS home Ajay Mishra Teni, whose son Ashish is accused of mowing down farm laws protesters, voted. BJP won 51 out of 59 of these seats in the last polls. Will it be able to beat back a determined push by the opposition this time as well? Bureau Report, India Today.
But remember, only just about 57% has been the voter turnout in central Uttar Pradesh. Welcome back. Tennis star Alexander Zverev is once again in the news, but for all the wrong reasons again. Olympic champion Zverev was kicked out of the Mexican Open after he attacked the umpire's chair. He shook hands with the opponent, and then the world number 3 approaches the umpire chair and starts to hit it with the racket. Then even shouting expletives, the 24-year-old could be heard blurting out that the umpire destroyed the whole match. After his antics on the court that left the crowd gasping, men's tennis body ATP has removed him from the tournament for unsportsmanlike conduct. It is not the first time that Zverev has got embroiled in a controversy. Last year, his former girlfriend Olga Sharapova accused him of abusing her, even included beating her during the tournaments. While the ATP is currently investigating Sharapova's allegations, Zverev's latest outburst on the court could see him stay on the sidelines for an extended period.